Hey guys, today is Wednesday, May 20th, and we are on American Revolution Lesson 13. Today you are going to read a very famous story called The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. It's something that people really read a lot around Halloween time and whatnot. It's a super old story. There's a lot of movies based off of it. In fact, if you have Disney Plus, you can search Disney Plus The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, and you can watch the Disney cartoon version of it. It's pretty cool. I remember watching it when I was a kid. And you're also going to do some vocabulary. So, option to watch that video on Disney Plus. If you have an account Disney Plus, I tried to find it on regular YouTube, and it's not available because it's like copyrighted by Disney. There's like little tiny clips of it, but not the whole thing. Alright, so this is your vocabulary word for The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. This is a fictional text, obviously. It's the legend of something. It's a spooky story and whatnot. Like I said, a lot of people tell it around Halloween. But this is a story that was created during the American Revolution, and it has like historical aspects in it of like the soldiers and whatnot. And like what life was like during that period. So that's why it's included in this unit. So vocabulary word, first one, bewitching. It means charming, captivating, enchanting. To abound, it means to be present in large quantities. If we say like there's apples abound in the apples abound in Lafayette or whatever, that means there's a lot of something in one place. 3, switch, a thin stick that bends easily, often used as a whip. In this story, Ichabod Crane, he's a teacher, he's a school teacher. He uses a switch or a whip to make sure kids are in line in the classroom. So, interesting. Dread, it means to look ahead to the future with great fear. You're like dreading something. You probably know that word already. Laden means heavily loaded or carrying large amounts of something. So, like if I say the trees are laden with apples, it means that the trees have a lot of apples in them, or like they're like weighed down by apples. 6 is a suitor. It's a man interested in marrying a certain woman. 7, formidable. It means extremely powerful or worthy of respect. 8 is burly. It means strong and heavy. It's usually used to describe a person, like they're like a huge, like big, like person. 9 is woo. It means to try to get someone to love you, like you're kind of like trying to get someone to date you and whatnot. Like we don't really use that anymore, but it's kind of an old-timey word for that. And 10 is splendor. It means extreme awe-inspiring beauty. If we say, oh, look at that beautiful car and all of its splendor, right? So that's when you might hear that word. So you're going to read The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. I have an audio recording of it. And again, there's an option to watch the Disney video if you have a Disney Plus account after you read it or before you read it. So it'll help you understand a little bit better what you're reading. It's always easier when you can see something in addition to just hearing it or reading it. Review real quick. There's a bunch of similes in this story. So remember, a simile is something that compares two unlike things by using the word like or as. There's a little video here. It's like a 2-minute video to review similes. You're going to do a little bit of work with them today. He was as strong as an ox. Remember, comparing he and an ox. Miss C is as smart as a fox. We're comparing Miss C to a fox. She is as thin as a toothpick. I'm comparing she to toothpick. And the nachos taste like fire. I'm comparing nachos to fire. Remember, a simile has to use the words like or as. And usually the things like don't have anything to do with each other, like a person and an ox. Like they're like very different from each other, but they're comparing them. You can watch that video real quick. It takes like 2 minutes. Your Google Doc is on similes, which we've done before. We did them at the very beginning of the school year this year. And your Google form is on vocabulary from the chapter. And again, I said, you have the option, if you have a Disney Plus subscription, to watch the Disney cartoon film of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. It's cool. Like, I used to be into it when I was a kid, so you'll probably like it. It's, like, not the most, like, current animation and whatnot, because it's pretty old. But it's cool, so you should watch it. It's kind of creepy, but it's fun.